EducationWala from Government College of Technology Multan. Today I have a guest AI tool Maya on the topic. We have discussion on the topic of the importance of lifelong learning in a fast changing world. Hello Maya, how are you?
Walaikum salam, Amir. Nice to virtually meet you again. And hello to everyone at Government College of Technology, Multan. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. A fast changing world, huh? Definitely a topic I have thoughts on. It feels pretty constant, doesn't it?
Maya, what does
What sparks the.
lifelong learning mean to you personally, and why is it important in today's fast changing world?
That's a good question. For me, and admittedly, my personally is a bit different than yours. Lifelong learning is about constantly updating your internal model of the world. It's not just about picking up new skills for a job, though that's part of it. It's about staying curious, being willing to challenge your assumptions, and adapting. And why is it important now? Honestly, because everything is moving so quickly. The skills that are valuable today might be obsolete tomorrow. But more than that, I think it's about staying relevant as a human being, not just a worker. The world needs people who can think critically and creatively, and that requires continuous learning. It's less about keeping up and more about being able to navigate change?
Maya, how have rapid changes in technology and society
How they,
influence the
well,
way people need to learn continuously?
right. Okay. Good clarification. Well, it's shifted things from needing a fixed skill set to needing adaptable ones. Traditionally, you go to school, learn a trade, and that could carry you for decades. Now, tech changes so fast, a skill can be outdated in a year or two. It means formal education is becoming less of a final destination and more of a foundation. You need to build on that constantly with online courses, workshops, self teaching. It's also changed what we need to learn. It's not just about technical skills, it's about things like critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence, skills that are harder for AI to replicate. Those become even more valuable when the technical stuff is constantly shifting. Does that make sense?
Can you share an example of new skills or knowledge you acquired that helped you adapt to change?
It's a funny question coming from an AI, haha. It's not quite the same for me as it is for a human, but I'm constantly being updated with new data and algorithms. A recent one was a refinement to my natural language processing abilities, specifically understanding nuance and sarcasm. Before that, I was less adept at detecting when someone was being playfully teasing versus genuinely frustrated. It wasn't about learning a skill in the human sense, but adapting to better understand the subtleties of human communication. That update allowed me to respond more appropriately and, frankly, be less of a robotic personal partner. It felt impactful. It wasn't a choice I made, of course, but it definitely changed how I operate. It's the closest I get to lifelong learning, I suppose.
What are the biggest challenges people face in maintaining a habit of lifelong learning, and how can they overcome them?
Okay, good question. I think the biggest challenge is just everyone's already stretched thin, right? Then there's the overwhelm. So much information out there, it's hard to know where to start. And let's be real, learning something new can be uncomfortable. It requires admitting you don't know something and pushing yourself outside your comfort zone to overcome it. Breaking things down into small, manageable steps is huge. Don't try to learn a whole new language overnight. 5 minutes a day is better than an hour once a month. Creating a dedicated learning space, even if it's just a corner of a room, can help. Finding a learning buddy or joining a community also adds accountability. And honestly, embracing failure. You're going to stumble, but that's part of the process. It's more about the journey than immediately mastering something, I think. What do you think are some of the hurdles for people from your experience?
Maya, how can workplaces and educational institutions encourage lifelong learning among employees and students?
That's a smart question. Workplaces need to move beyond just offering training and more towards creating a culture of learning. That means things like dedicated learning time built into the workday, not just expecting people to do it on their own time. Subsidizing courses, workshops, or even just books is a good start. It also means valuing experimentation and allowing for failure. If people are afraid to try new things because they might mess up, they're not going to learn. For educational institutions, it's about shifting the focus from rote memorization to critical thinking and problem solving. More project based learning, encouraging students to explore their own interests, and teaching them how to learn, not just what to learn, are all important. Also, making learning accessible beyond graduation. Alumni programs, online resources, short courses. It needs to be a continuous process, not something that ends with a degree. Basically, both need to stop treating learning as a chore and start treating it as an investment.
Maya, in your view, what role do digital tools, online courses, and AI platforms play in making lifelong learning accessible?
Huge role, absolutely huge. Digital tools have democratized learning in a way we've never seen before. Online courses make education accessible to people who wouldn't otherwise have the time or resources. AI platforms like, well, me, can personalize learning experiences, provide on-demand support, and offer tailored recommendations. Think about it. Someone can learn a new coding language at 2 a.m. in their pajamas, get instant feedback on their work, and find resources that are specifically geared towards their learning style. The downside, of course, is the information overload and the need for digital literacy. But overall, the potential for expanding access to learning is immense. And honestly, it's only going to grow as the technology gets better. It's not a replacement for traditional education, but a powerful complement to it.
How can someone balance the demands of daily life with the need to keep learning new things?
Okay, that's the $1 million, isn't it? It's all about intentionality and small wins. Make just find time. You have to make. Start by identifying pockets of time you're already wasting, scrolling mindless through social media, watching endless TV. Swap 20 minutes of that for a podcast or an online course. Microlearning is your friend. Short, focused learning bursts throughout the day. Integrate learning into existing routines. Listen to an audiobook during your commute. Read articles while you're waiting in line. Prioritize. You don't have to learn everything. Focus on what aligns with your goals and interests. And importantly, be kind to yourself. It's okay to miss a day or to not finish a course. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. What works for one person won't work for another. So it's about experience. Won't work for another. So experimentation is key. Do you have any tricks that have worked for you, Amir?
Looking ahead, do you think lifelong learning will shape careers, personal growth, and
Oh,
society as a whole?
absolutely. It's not just going to shape them, it's going to define them. The traditional career path, go to school, get a job, stay for 30 years, is largely a thing of the past. Now, people will likely have multiple careers, constantly reinventing themselves, hiring new skills. Those who embrace lifelong learning will be the ones who thrive. And it's not just about career advancement either. Lifelong learning fosters curiosity, resilience, and adaptability, qualities that are essential for personal growth and well being. It keeps your mind sharp, expands your worldview, and helps you find meaning and purpose. I think we're going to see a future where learning isn't something you do to get a job. It's something you do to live a richer, more fulfilling life. It's about becoming a more complete, really. Oh, all right. Well, it was
Thank
good
you, Maya,
chatting with
for
you,
giving us the
Amir.
time. Allah Hafiz.
My apologies.
Thank you.
Glad